Hi, my name is Matt, MEP Manager for Murphy's. Welcome to your new home. I'm going to be showing you the main features of your new home. To access your flat, you can put your fob against the reader here, it will flash green, and the door will be able to open and go through. There is a lock on the door, however, that's not in use. When a visitor calls, they can contact you by entering your apartment number on the entry panel. Call forwarding will say that it is calling the apartment itself. You can see and talk to them on the video handset in your hallway and then let them in by activating the entrance door release. To unlock the doors of your apartment, you turn the key clockwise 180 degrees. This will unlock the door. To lock the door, you then turn the key the other way, counterclockwise 180 degrees. You don't need to lift the handle up for this. And the door's locked. This is your utility cupboard, which has your main incoming services. This is your hydro kit, which is effectively the boiler which supplies you your heat for your hot water and heating. There is a controller on each hydro kit in front. This is not to be touched by tenants, as there is temperatures set in there. This is for engineers only. This is your source of hot water. It is an unvented cylinder which stores your hot water for the property. In the event of a leak, to shut off all of the water in the apartment, there is a blue handle identified with a cold boosted isolation. If you were to turn this clockwise horizontally, that will shut off all of the water in the event of a leak. If there are any other issues within the apartment, an engineer will arrive, so these additional valves you shouldn't have to touch. Each apartment will have a heat meter, as you can see here. These can be used to read the kilowatt hour usage to determine your hot water and heating bill. However, this will relay information over to the more user-friendly secure Liberty unit. Each room within the apartment will have a thermostat. To increase the temperature on the thermostat, you will press the up button until your desired temperature, and then make sure you press the tick. A flame will then appear to show that demand has been created, and your hydro kit within your utility room will create the demand. Once the desired temperature has been reached, the unit will automatically switch off. However, if you did want to turn down the temperature, you also have to make sure that you press the tick button again and the flame will disappear. A common concern we get with these thermostats is where tenants accidentally press the tick button prior to pressing up. If you press the tick button before, it puts the thermostat into frost protection mode and will not go above 17 degrees. So if you see a little house with a frost symbol on it, you have to press the tick button and remove it. That removes the frost protection mode, and then it allows you to function the thermostat correctly. Each apartment has an underfloor heating manifold, as you can see here. There is no need to touch anything like this. This is done automatically through the controls on the thermostat in each room. This is your electrical consumer unit, which if you lift the lid here, you'll see a row of MCBs and other breakers. So generally, on the right hand side, this is your main isolator. It's a big red switch, so this is your main off and on. And then each individual MCB will be identified and labelled for certain areas and items. So if you do have an issue within your flat, this will be your first port of call. On the MCBs, there will be a switch. When it's on, the switch will be up. When it's off, obviously it's down. Each apartment has an MVHR, which is a mechanical ventilation heat recovery unit. This supplies your apartment with fresh air to take the moisture out of your bathrooms. You take the lid off to access the filters with 4 Phillips screws. You'll then have 2 filters here. You pull the grey lid down, and inside it's a little ribbon, pull that out, and there is your filter. These are to be hoovered every 3 to 6 months, and the maintenance team are to swap them over every 12 months. Just put them back in, just everything in reverse, push the filter in, rubber strip, push him back in, and put the cover back on. These are not to be turned off at any point to prevent condensation and mould within your apartments. Each apartment has a BT ONT, which is your open reach box here. This is what will provide your internet through the apartment. This is not live yet, obviously it's powered on. However, to activate this, you can call BT. You don't have to go with BT. There are others, e.g. Virgin, Sky. You ring them up, they will activate the line, they will then send you a router which can then get fixed to the wall. What then happens is these can plug in to this patch panel here, which are identified 1, 2, 3, which will be your bedrooms and your living room media wall, which then can hardwire that line into that patch panel over to the other side to provide faster internet. Within your lounge and bedrooms, you will have a media fate, which will allow you to connect your TV, your satellite, and your radio, and also link it from your patch panel, as shown earlier, in your utility cupboard for your hardwired internet. Throughout the apartment, within the kitchen and lounge area and the bedrooms, you will have smoke detectors. You will also have an additional heat detector within the kitchen, closest to your hob. You can see by looking at the smoke detector in the ceiling, there will be a green light that shows that it's functioning correctly. If it periodically beeps, that means the battery is low. We do recommend that at least once every 2 weeks that you press the button in the sensor to test the smoke alarm. You'd only have to do this on one smoke detector. Throughout your apartment, you have a series of extracts and supply valves in the ceiling. So one here, for example, in the lounge is supplying lounge with fresh air, and the one close to your kitchen is extractor recycling. These are set and locked into position so they're not to be tampered with because they are designed with specific flow rates in mind to do volume bearing air changes that are needed. In the event where you are cooking, you can boost the extracts to flow of air with a switch on the kitchen side there, which is engraved with a fan. But also whilst cooking, you can use your reset fan before you put out. We'll also have to turn off, and it has 3 speed settings to change the volume of air that it can remove. A brand new home needs to dry out gradually. As the room is heated, timber and plaster may shrink. This is nothing of concern. If there are cracks that appear that are 3 mm and above, which is roughly the size of a pound coin, then you can call Origin, who can sort this out with the main contractor within their 12-month defects period. Under each kitchen sink, you will have local isolation valves. You will have 2 isolation valves here for your hot and cold water to your kitchen tap, but you will also have a washing machine valve here that is isolated and also capped. So when you move into your new home, to connect your washing machine or dishwasher, whatever you choose, you're to remove this cap, you plug the water feed onto there, and this is a 1/4 turn valve that you go down so it is vertical, and that will mean that the water is open. You will then remove this cap, connect the drain hose from your appliance onto there. That should make your unit function. We do have access for your pipe, your water and your drainage, high level here, to allow it to be installed. This is your patio window. To unlock your patio window, put the key in, turn it clockwise half away, and then you're able to lift the handle up horizontally and pull it open. You need to be careful not to pull the door too far or too much force because it is held by a retainer and can damage this. To lock the door, push it closed, pull the handle down, and then to turn the key anti-clockwise half a turn, and then the handle's locked. This is the doors of your balcony. To unlock the doors of your balcony, you need to turn the key counterclockwise 2 full turns. Pull the handle down, and the door will open. To lock the door, you do it in reverse. Clockwise, 2 full turns, and the door's locked. There's no need to pull the handle up on these doors either. In the building we have 3 lifts, and we've got 2 passenger lifts and 1 bike lift. We have a lift on the left hand side, which is for flat 11, which is fault controlled by the tenant only. The passenger lift on the right hand side for the remaining tenants, taking you to each floor, control feeding your Salto fob reader. And we have the platform lift for the bikes, which takes you to the basement area for the cycle store. In the event that a door isn't closed properly, the Salto relay will flash red and produce this alarm. To remove this squint fob on the reader, open the door, then make sure that the door is shut properly, and that will stop the alarm. There is CCTV located throughout the building, in the front lobby, on each respective landing, and also within each lift. It's generally a cloud-based system which you'll have access to. You can have multiple accounts as well. The hard drive is located in Block C in the other building with a monitor. Access can be given to obtain that as well. In your home display unit, there are various buttons that you can press. Number one is going to show you your network connection status, which is in the top left of the screen. It's a Wi-Fi symbol. Number two is your menu button, which brings you to the screen that can show you messages, your history, your tariff, account and settings. If you press heat, you will then go back to the original screen. The section on the left hand side there will show you your last 5 transactions. There is a message icon which will appear on the top row when there is a message to read, however there isn't one shown here. On the bottom right hand side is your meter operating mode indicator. Currently it is showing C for credit billing, however when you move in this will show a P for prepayment. And the bottom letters here, A-C, is your unit selection button. Press this toggle between your account information or consumption information. As shown. This is your cycle store, which has roughly 30 bike racks. This is for cycles only, not for personal belongings. Any personal belongings left in here will be removed. Your refuse area is located adjacent to the apartments located on the Bonny Street side, access via a fob and a key. If you can put your refuse sack securely in the designated bins, not on the floor due to vermin.